What's up, these people? Titos here, and welcome to my top 5 upgrades slash features that I want to see in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, this is the very first top 5 that I've been doing in a while, so hopefully more top 5s will come in the future. So if you want any other topics, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed these type of videos, fire punch that like button down below. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, since today we will, as you guys already know, be covering some Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because that's the topic right now for all the Poke fans. And I decided to throw my opinion on this and just talk about like what would be the 5 features or upgrades that I would actually really like to see coming on Ultra Sun and Moon, since Sun and Moon to me are still not really the best. So let's go ahead and get this started. On the number 5, I say new way to level up your Pokemon. Now, I don't really say bringing back the daycare, because I can understand that daycare itself can be a little bit annoying in the sense of removing egg moves if you leave your Pokemons there to level up. But they could actually introduce some sort of like little gym facility where you could leave your Pokemon, and maybe more than 2, that would level up the same way as on the daycare. And maybe that would not remove your moves. Therefore, your Pokemons would only learn the moves that you actually want to, so you would not really need to worry about it unless they would have free slots. Then if they leveled up, they would be able to learn those new moves. I feel like they could do something like that, and it would actually make it easier to level up our Pokemons, because in Sun and Moon there is literally no way to level up your Pokemons besides just going to the Pokemon League. And honestly, not everybody has a lot of time to go and battle the Pokemon League like 50 times to be able to get their Pokemons at level 100. That takes way too long. Honestly, we need faster ways to do it. Now, either bring back the daycare, which even though it can be annoying with the egg moves, I understand some people not liking that, it's still better than having nothing, if I'm honest. On the number 4, we have Pokemon following you. Now, of course, I know this is mostly a fan favorite feature, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that find it useless, and honestly, I can understand both perspectives on this one. Like, I do understand this is not a feature that can change mechanics of the game, or is like really crazy, but we do all love it in the end, honestly. And honestly, it would be a very nice touch just to make these games a little bit more enjoyable and different as well, because honestly, now that we have this big overhaul on the graphics overworld, seeing Pokemon following you would actually be really nice. And we already know from some extra data that pretty much Pokemon animations for Pokemon following you were actually in Sun and Moon, but they did not use them. So maybe we could see this in Ultra Sun and Moon? Maybe? Who knows? We're gonna have to wait and find out, but hopefully it's there just so that all the fans of this feature can actually just have it and enjoy it. On the number 3, I just say overall better pacing. And with this, I mean less gigantic, like 5-hour startup tutorial, and skip cutscene option, please. Because honestly, those 2 things with Sun and Moon were really slow. Cutscenes would take forever, and honestly, this game was filled with cutscenes in the first ones in Sun and Moon. So maybe on the second one, they could even cut out a little bit the cutscene amount, or just give us the option to skip it, which would be really good as well, especially for replayability, because honestly, when you're replaying a game and you cannot skip the cutscenes, that is very annoying. So replayability value would already go up with that, and the pacing, tutorials. We don't need literally an introduction for every single thing that's on the game. Like, honestly, Game Freak, you have older fans, okay? We understand that you care about the little new fans that will come on the crowd and join us on the Poke Hype, but honestly, tutorials, cut them out a little bit. Like, give us an option, okay? Let us know, like, before we start the game, if we know how to play the game or not. And we could just say, yes, we do, and just skip the tutorials. Leave some sort of text tutorials with pictures on some sort of a guidebook that could come with the game menu of sorts, that would be so much better. New players would be able to access it to learn the mechanics of the game, at least the basic ones like catching Pokemon, using items, the menu, everything. And at the same time, older players would be able to just go and dive into the game. That would make it so much better for everyone. So honestly, I hope they could sort of do this, because in the previous games, they kind of had it. Like, for example, I remember in Heart Gold Soul Silver, they actually had an option that would say if you wanted info about your adventure and controls or not before starting the game. And then when you proceed into the game, the only thing you have is the tutorial for catching Pokemon, which honestly at this point I feel like it's even just an iconic thing for the game to have. But honestly, if it's only the catching Pokemon tutorial, that's not a big deal. But the rest, Game Freak, really, we don't need it. At the number 2, this one is literally one of the things that I, at least personally, do think that is really worth it. Now, this is another one that, like, I see people that can say that it is not really a big thing, or that they didn't even play it or like it, which is the Battle Frontier, or the equivalent. They could create a new Battle Frontier of sorts with a new name, but either way, Battle Frontier. And I say this because honestly, even though people might not have really played it or really tried it or whatever, if we are all honest, the best Pokemon games all have Battle Frontier in post-game. Or if not, something equivalent or similar, kind of, even though not really Battle Frontier, but they do have some sort of place where you can go and make extra battling and have some extra post-game content on it, I guess, some post-game value. And Battle Frontier honestly gives a lot of post-game value. Battle Frontier is really good. Like, whoever did not try it, honestly, you should definitely try it. I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of it, it's because it's actually a fun thing to do. Now, if you enjoy just going into the battle tree or the battle tower that most games have, you will definitely enjoy the Battle Frontier, because there's a lot of twists into just battles, like for example the battle roulette, where you could get your team poisoned, or lower levels and you just have these side effects to your team or your opponent's team, or to have the I think it was the fabric battle, where you could go and just choose random Pokemons and battle your opponents and switch out with the ones that you just defeated from your opponent and keep going on. It's just a lot of fun, honestly. Battle Frontier gives a lot of life to the post game, and it's so good. It's actually just fun. Now, if you do not like it, again, it's an optional thing, so honestly, for the ones that don't like it or do not play it, it wouldn't even matter, but it would at least matter for the ones that do like it and want it on the game, so that they can actually enjoy a little bit more the game, even as post-game after finishing it. So, definitely, a Battle Frontier or the equivalent would be really, really good, because it's already proven that just one facility for post-game is definitely not enough. And Battle Frontiers, as they were fine. If they just bring it back, totally okay with it. If they bring something new to the table, I'll take it as well, as long as it's fun and creative. So that's basically the biggest post-game upgrade that they could do for Ultra Sun and Moon. Now, the number 1, I think it's one of those upgrades that, honestly, we all would agree, especially after Sun and Moon, because, honestly, Sun and Moon really failed big time delivering what was a good online experience for everyone on this one. Because, honestly, PSS was probably the best thing they ever did since X and Y, and it stayed around with ORAS, and then they removed it for Sun and Moon. And if I am honest, that was the worst decision they've ever done. Now, I do mention that this is just the friends list feature that should be replaced by the PSS, not exactly the Festival Plaza, because Festival Plaza, it's a different thing, even though they kind of implemented the online feature to be only accessible through Festival Plaza. But I feel like Festival Plaza should be a thing on its own, just like it was Joint Avenue on Black and White and Black and White 2. So honestly, I feel like Festival Plaza is good as it is. You can take it as post-game material. But honestly, Game Freak, that friendless thing you've done for the Festival Plaza, that is so bad. I feel like so many people can relate to this. Like I have issues finding people because I need to keep refreshing, and to refresh it you need to actually go to the menu, click away to offline mode, and then activate the online mode, which is another thing. If a feature is used to be online, why do we even have a button to activate online? Just let us be online, straight up. That's it. That makes life so much easier. But just having to go to a menu, have to wait for getting into the Festival Plaza, then having to wait to go into online, and then having to wait for the friends list to actually show the friend that you want to play with, honestly, sometimes it can make some painful 1-hour waitings. And I'm not even exaggerating, because I have literally tried to do an FFA with 3 people, and it lasted 1 hour because not only people do not pop up on your list, but you have issues connecting with people because everyone accepts it, but somehow it fails to connect. So honestly, this was the worst online experience that a Pokemon game ever delivered to me. Not even 4th gen was this bad. So honestly, they either need to bring back PSS, which was way simpler and much easier to use, or something equivalent, a new version of the PSS. Something that is as good and easy to use. Honestly, this whole friends list upgrade that you've made for the Festival Plaza, total failure. So this would actually bring a lot of light to the online replayability for Ultra Sun and Moon, and hopefully they do something about it. Hopefully. So yeah, that is pretty much the 5 features / upgrades that I want to see in Ultra Sun and Moon. Now, let me know which ones are your features or upgrades that you want to see in Ultra Sun and Moon compared to the Sun and Moon games that we already got, that you would like to see improved or changed in Ultra Sun and Moon to make those games better. Let us know on the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed, of course, fire punch the like button down below, consider subscribing and joining the Beast Army if you haven't already, and I will catch you all on the next one, and hopefully these features will come to Ultra Sun and Moon. Honestly, like, they really need to step it up. Sun and Moon was just mediocre. Very mediocre. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Till then, stay Beast. See ya!